Okay, we are now recording.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to yoga. My name is Megan. Thank you so much for joining, and hopefully everyone is having a lovely Sunday. Just some quick first things. This is Goober. He'll probably be hanging out with us. I teach yoga Monday nights, typically from 6 p.m. to 6:45. And for the yoga practice, just a minute, can you please lay down? Of course, let yourself have fun. If something's not feeling comfortable or you don't, your body doesn't feel safe or you feel in pain, definitely find your way out of a pose. There's lots of modifications that I will be giving. So most importantly is have fun and enjoy. So if you have any pillows, props, or yoga blocks you want to grab, go ahead and get those. We are going to get started in a comfortable seated position. So you could be sitting cross-legged if you'd like. I'm going to sit on my block because I like that. And we're just going to start with a grounding exercise. So sitting comfortably, if you'd like to close the eyes down, maybe let the hands just rest gently on your knees. And we're just going to begin breathing and arrive at our practice. So let's start by taking a nice full deep breath in through the nose, long deep breath in. And then slow, long exhale out through the mouth. And let's do that a few more times. So your breath, your pace. And as we're taking these breaths, if there's any gentle movements you'd like to do, maybe just swaying from side to side. And just allowing yourself to really slow down. So letting the breath be used as a tool. We begin to slow our breath down, our mind down. Just allowing ourselves to become really present. Allow ourselves to enjoy the yoga practice. So let's just cue into some physical parts of the body. So notice any muscles of the face. So if you're feeling tension there, give yourself permission to relax and let go. And then check in with the shoulders. Maybe hug them up towards your ears, and on an exhale, slowly let your shoulders melt down your back. And continuing to breathe, notice the fingertips in the hands, so hopefully just resting really gently on the knees. And how about another full deep breath, long breath into the nose. Big full exhale out through the mouth. Awesome, gently open the eyes up. If you're sitting on a block or pillow, if you'd like to remove that. Why don't we bring the hands back towards the knees, and we're actually going to inhale, take a breath in, let the heart lift up towards the ceiling, maybe the head tilts back towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, hug your chin towards your chest and around the spine. And again, inhale, let the heart lift up towards the ceiling, breath in. And exhale, hug your belly button towards your spine, chin towards your chest. And one more time, inhale, heart lifts up nice and open. And exhale, round the spine. And then nice big deep breath in, reach the arms up nice and high towards the ceiling. So we're bringing length to your side body. Interlace your hands and press your hands up towards the ceiling. So we're engaging through the arms, biceps are by your ears. Take a breath in. And exhale, curling your spine, press the palms forward. And inhale, arms and hands press up to the ceiling. And exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, palms press up. And exhale, press the palms forward. Inhale, press the palms up. Exhale, bend your elbows and let your hands come to the base of your skull. So now we're kind of opening up the chest a bit. And option to start lifting the chin up towards the ceiling if it feels okay on your neck. But of course, if it doesn't, you can kind of just stay here neutral with your chin parallel towards the floor. And exhale, let it go. All right, go ahead and reach for your right leg. So I'm using my left hand and right hand and reaching for my knee and sole of the foot on my right leg. And just start gently rocking back to forth. So here we're just kind of warming up the hips a little bit. And another option for this is kind of placing your leg in the arm so the hands aren't interlaced, and that kind of gives you a little bit of a deeper stretch through your right glute. Gently drop your right hand to the floor just for some support. We're going to extend the left leg out long on the floor. Take a breath in, squeeze your right leg in, and exhale as you drop your right foot up and over the left leg. And we'll come into a spinal twist. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, twist to your right. So maybe the right hand is on the floor for support. Spine is nice and long, lengthening up towards the ceiling. And the heart is open. Maybe beginning to gaze over that right shoulder. And another breath in. And exhale, back through center. And let's just inhale and exhale, just a twist to the left for a moment. Breath in. And exhale, back towards center. Drop your right foot to the ground. So this would be a seated tree pose. So the right leg stays bent. The left leg is still nice and long. Take a breath in as you inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach for your left foot. See if you can let the heart lead the way here. And if this is feeling too tight on the hamstring, you can always bend the knee a bit or see what your limit is. So maybe the hands are on the floor and you're just not folding as deep. And of course, breathing. And sit back on up. And let's reach for your left foot. So either using the hand on the knee and the foot, or kind of wrapping the legs in your arm. And just gently rocking from side to side as you warm up your body, warm up the breath. And now let's take an inhale, squeeze that leg in, let the heart lift just a bit. And exhale, drop your left hand to the floor and kick the right leg out nice and long. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, let the left foot come up and over the right. And we'll come into a spinal twist. So inhale, reach your right arm up nice and high to the ceiling. Reach through the fingertips. And exhale, gentle twist. So the right elbow hooks on that left knee. Spine is lengthening up towards the ceiling. Heart is nice and open. And let the gaze just begin to kind of creep over that left shoulder. Take another breath in. And exhale, float through the center and just take a twist over towards your right, just to even out. Breath in. And exhale, breath out. Drop your left leg to the floor for a seated tree. Take an inhale, reach both your arms up high towards the ceiling. And exhale, reach for the right foot. For a deeper stretch, if you kind of flex the right toes towards your face and kind of use your hands and pull the right foot towards you, you can kind of feel a bit of a deeper stretch in the calf and hamstring. All right, gently lift yourself back on up. Sit and cross-legged. We'll just come into some side stretches here. Let your right hand rest gently on the mat. Big inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Reach through the fingertips. And then on the exhale, reach over towards your right. Feeling a nice stretch through the side body. So this whole left side through the ribs and the hip, and even reaching through your left on the arm and left fingertips. Maybe you begin to drop down to your right forearm for a bit of a deeper stretch. Breath in. And exhale, breath out, back up towards center and switch sides on the inhale. Reach your right arm up high towards the ceiling. And exhale as you stretch over towards the left. And maybe you drop down on your forearm for a bit of a deeper stretch. Inhale. And exhale, back through center. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach to the right. Take a breath in. And exhale, back through center. One more time on this side. Inhale, reach up with your right hand. Exhale, just in for one breath. Reach towards the left. Take a breath in. And exhale, back towards center. Awesome. Let's come into our child's pose. So keeping with this nice, calm, steady rhythm, kind of just float your way into a child's pose. So for child's pose, the knees are going to come to the edges of the mat. My big toes are touching behind me and the tops of my feet are on the floor. Allow the hips to kind of melt down towards the heels. Reach your arms forward. And so letting your forehead come in contact with something. And so there's lots of different ways for a child's pose to look. The forehead can be resting on the mat. You can rest on your forearms. The arms can actually be reaching back behind you. So whatever your child's pose looks like, allow yourself to get comfy in that. So the hips dropping back towards the heels, your heart center is dropping down towards the mat, and maybe the fingertips are stretching out far in front of you. And let there be some space between the shoulders and the ears. And again, soften. So notice the grip on the fingertips in your child's pose, the muscles of the face. And on an inhale, notice if you can creep your fingertips forward, maybe just an inch. And then as you exhale, can you relax anywhere in the hips and let them just settle a bit closer down towards your heels. Child's pose is a lovely home-based pose, so at any point during this practice or any yoga practice that you do, you can always come back to a child's pose, and it's just a great pose to sort of reset at. Okay. In your time from child's pose, press up to a tabletop position. In our tabletop, we want to spread our fingertips nice and wide and allow the wrists to be right underneath your shoulders. And the knees are hips width distance apart, right under the hips. And in a tabletop position, we are strong. So we are pressing the earth away from us. Engage your core. And from here, lift your right leg up. Flex your right toes down towards the floor. And really kick out through the heel of that right foot. So if you notice yourself kind of sinking into the shoulders, see if you can really engage through your arms and press the mat away from you. And from here, for more of a challenge, go ahead and lift the left hand forward. And so to protect the neck, kind of just gaze maybe at your right hand so you've got a neutral neck. Reaching through the left fingertips, take a breath in. On the exhale, round your spine and bring your elbow and knee together underneath you. Tuck your chin a bit. And inhale, kick and lengthen out. Use the core, breath in. Exhale and squeeze in. Hugging your belly button towards your spine. Another breath. Inhale, kick and reach out. And exhale, squeeze in. And let's hold for 3, 2, and 1. Kick out. Kick the right foot back. Left arm reaching. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left hand right underneath your left shoulder. Keep this right foot out of the leg out nice and long and actually drop it towards the back edge of your mat. Press into your hands and work your right heel down towards the ground. So this is a stretch through the right calf. My left knee is still down on the mat for support. Nice, and maybe rock back and forth a little bit, working that right heel down. And release, let that go, tabletop. And let's just take maybe some circles here. So just kind of moving the hips around before we go to the other side. So staying fluid as you move through the practice. So I've got a soft bend through my elbows, and there's really no right or wrong way to move like this. It's kind of whatever feels good. Okay, back to that neutral tabletop. So remember, we're pressing the earth away from us. Fingertips spread nice and wide. And from here, we'll kick your left foot back behind. And so now we're grounding down through that right knee that's on the floor. And from here, if you'd like, reach your right hand forward. Now we're really grounding down into what is in contact with the mat, the left hand and the right knee. Now let's take a deep breath in, lengthen out. Exhale, hug your belly button towards your spine and work elbow towards knee, tuck the chin. Inhale, kick and reach out. See how it feels, breath in. And exhale, squeeze in. And again, inhale, kick and reach out. Exhale, bring it in. So there's no right or wrong pace for this. It's just however works for you. Inhale, reach out. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Drop your right hand underneath the right shoulder. Keep this left leg nice and long. Drop your left toes to the floor. Press into your hands and send your left heel down towards the mat for a stretch. And come on back to your tabletop. Why don't we bring our right foot forward? We'll come into a low lunge. So let the right foot come between the two hands. You can keep your left knee drop down or from over challenge. You can lift the back left knee up towards the ceiling. So from here, let's leave our left hand on the ground. We're going to just take some twists. So inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. And exhale, drop that hand down. And to the other side, so right hand stays down. Inhale, twist and reach the left arm up. And exhale, lower down to the other side one more time, each side. Breath in and reach. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And exhale, lower down. If the back knee is bent, go ahead and, or if it's lifted, go ahead and drop it. And we're just going to kind of sink into the hips right here. It's a nice opening. So we're opening up our hip flexors. And my right toes are facing forward and the right ankle is right underneath that right knee. Maybe you just twist from side to side a little bit. Both hands down on the ground. Let's start to straighten through our front leg for a runner's stretch. So we're sending our hips back. Feeling a stretch in the calf and hamstring of your right leg. For a deeper stretch, start kind of folding the upper body towards the right foot. And from here, bend your right knee, bring your right foot down to the floor. Tuck your back foot under. We're actually going to step your left foot up and out a bit. So I've got both of my feet on the floor, both of my hands on the floor. We're just folding over the right thigh. This doesn't feel good on the legs. Go ahead and bend them a bit. My right toes are facing forward and my left toes are kind of angled up at the top left-hand corner of my mat. And relax the head and neck. And from here, let's shift into a modified airplane. So the right foot will stay down on the floor. Hands can stay down on the floor too. We're going to lift our left heel. Have a soft bend through the right knee, really ground down through that right foot and kicking out through this heel in the left foot. And for a challenge, maybe try just lifting a finger or a hand up off the mat. You can let the heart lift forward. So maybe the arms start to reach back behind you. Everything's engaged for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, drop the hands, and let's fold forward. Hands, the feet are about hips width distance apart, and just fold, bend the knees, maybe grab opposite elbows, and just rock from side to side. Awesome. Exhale and bring your hands down towards the floor and come back into your tabletop. And from here to the other side, bring the left foot forward. So we've got left foot between the two hands. Left toes are facing directly forward and the ankle is right under the knee. Right hand stays down on the mat and we'll come into our twist. So take a deep breath in, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. And exhale, lower down. You've always got the option to lift the back knee up off the floor. Inhale and reach. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, sweep your left arm up nice and high. And exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. Reach through your fingertips. Feel a nice stretch through that right side body and the ribs. Another breath. And exhale, drop it down. On an exhale, see if you can soften a little bit through the hips, stretching our left quadricep and the hip flexors. And notice if you're feeling maybe some tension through the hips. Let an exhale allow you to soften. Run or stretch. Both hands are down on the mat. Going to send our hips to the back edge of the mat and straighten through the front leg. Flexing my left toes towards my face and folding my upper body over the left leg. And from here, begin to bend your left knee, bring the left foot to the floor, tuck your right toes under. I'm just gonna step this right foot up and out a bit. So it's like my feet are on train tracks. So I do have some space between them, which can help with the balance. Left toes facing directly forward, right toes are angled up at the top right-hand corner of the mat. Soften through your belly and fold over your left leg. Let the head and neck hang heavy, so shake your head out here. Really ground down through your feet, so through the heel and the mound of the big toe on the right and left foot. And we'll begin to shift forward to that modified airplane. So soften through the knees a bit, ground down in your left foot. And maybe bring your hands forward a bit more on the floor as you lift your right leg. Soften through the left knee, really kicking out through this right foot. Already here, I'm using my core. Option to maybe lift some hands up off the floor. See if you can let the heart kind of pull forward. The back of the neck stays nice and long. And let's find our fullest expression and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Bend and soften, forward fold. Feet and hands down on the mat. Relax through the head and neck. Let's come into a monkey pose. So take the peace fingers and wrap them around your big toe so the palms face one another. And again, the feet are parallel about hips width distance apart, and then you engage through your arms and pull the chest down towards the floor, but relax through the head and neck. Then leaving your hands wrapped around the big toes, let's inhale and take a baby halfway lift so the heart pulls forward, straightening a bit more through my knees. And then exhale, fold again. Use the arms and pull the head and chest down towards the floor. Awesome. Gently release the hands there. Drop the hands down to the floor and step back to a high plank. So kind of just like tabletop, we're pressing the earth away from us, engaging the core. My fingertips are spread nice and wide. Always have the option to drop the knees down. And so it's like a nice, strong, powerful line of energy through the top of my head, all the way through my heels. And if you haven't dropped your knees, go ahead and drop them, bend the elbows a bit, and then let's drop the hips down. Maybe flip onto the tops of your feet, and let the front of the body open up. Maybe just kind of rotating, twisting from side to side. Okay, let's press back up to your high plank. We're going to come into a side plank. So we'll leave the right hand down on the mat, and we're going to twist onto the edges of our feet. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. So for a modification, drop your right knee. And if the right knee is dropped, the left foot is maybe all the way on the floor, if that feels okay. And reach up, take a breath in. Exhale, find your way back towards your high plank or modified plank, and to the other side. So left hand stays down on the mat. Use the core here as you press and lift up. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Now spread the fingertips. Another deep breath in. And exhale, high plank. And drop the knees. And again, drop the hips. Just here for a moment. Okay, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under. We're going to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, engage through the arms, spread the fingertips nice and wide in your downward facing dog. We want to work on pressing into the finger pads to take some weight out of the wrists. Bend the knees. My hips are lifting up towards the ceiling. And my head and neck is relaxed. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Modification for downward facing dog, dolphin pose, dropping the forearms to the ground. Keep pressing through the finger pads, another deep breath in. And exhale, start walking your feet forward to the top of your mat to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. So lift halfway, the hands are to the shins. Heart is lifting forward, spine is nice and flat. Soft bend through the knees, breath in. And exhale, fold forward. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Really pressing through the feet, letting the heart lift. And exhale, fold. And again, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale as you fold. Come all the way up to stand. So inhale, press through the feet, round through the spine and roll up. Big inhale, let the arms come with you as they reach high. Press into the feet, maybe the hips press forward. Glance up to the ceiling if it feels okay. Exhale and fold, soften through the knees. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Half sun salutation. So inhale, rise all the way up. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, fold forward. Using the breath as you move. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet, rise up to stand. Sweep the arms up, breath in. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, drop the hands to the floor and step back, downward facing dog. Relax through the knees, even relax a bit through the elbows. Let's step the right foot forward between the two hands. We're going to come into a warrior two. So for warrior two, the right foot is facing forward. My left foot is almost parallel with the back edge of my mat. Bend the right knee. And the arms reach to the front and back edge of the mat. And so for my feet alignment here, my right heel is right in the middle of that back left foot, right at the arch. Want to protect this right knee, so if you see it caving in towards the middle, that can be a little unsafe for the knee, so maybe bend a bit less, really ground down through the feet. Okay, warrior two. Drop the hands and kind of shake just from side to side. Like empty coat sleeves, kind of waving around. Okay, come back to your warrior two. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. We're going to inhale, press into the feet, straighten this front leg and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, warrior two, relax the shoulders. 2 more times with that. Inhale, reach, spread through the fingertips. And exhale, warrior two. And 1 more time. Press through the feet, nice and strong. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Relax those shoulders if they're hugging up towards the ears. Inhale, flip your front palm. Stay low in this front leg. Go ahead and revolve your warrior. So we're stretching out the right side body. Reach through this right hand. And exhale, side angle. So gently bring your right forearm to the top of the right knee. And reach the left arm up. From here, we're going to shift into a low lunge. So bring both hands down to the floor on either side of the foot. Roll onto the ball of the left foot. And go ahead, drop the back knee down towards the floor. Let this right foot walk out towards the right edge of the mat. Now you've got both hands on the inside of your right foot. This pose is called deepest lunge. So for a deeper stretch, you can drop down to your forearms. This is just a great opening through the, again, hip flexors, adductors, and it can really just help open up the hips. Doesn't feel okay down on your forearms. If it feels like too much, staying on your hands is perfect as well. And from here, let's tuck these left toes under, drag this right foot back, and press up to downward facing dog. Again, soft bend through the knees, working the heels down towards the mat, really engage through the arms. All right. Bring your left foot forward between the 2 hands and set up your warrior two. Again, so kind of just taking it step by step, ground down through the feet. Again, my right foot is almost parallel with this back edge of my mat. Left toes are facing forward and my ankle is underneath my knee. Shoulders are stacked right over the hips. Hips and shoulders are open, and reach through your arms. So for warrior two, see if you can bring your gaze over your front middle finger. And then see if you can just lay here for a moment without letting the eyes dart around. So as our eyes start to dart around, our mind starts wandering around, and kind of take us out of the present moment. So see if you can focus here for just another breath. Exhale, drop the arms and shake. So this is kind of a nice balance. We're really strong in our lower body, really grounded and engaged. Now we're just kind of letting the upper body chill and stay kind of free as we move like this. Warrior two. Sink low, reach the fingertips out. Get ready to press into the feet. Inhale, press and lift up. Exhale, warrior two. And again, inhale, reach and press up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale, press and reach. Reach to the fingertips. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm and revolve. So see if you can reach up before kind of going back so much. So step up and maybe on an exhale, you tilt back a bit. And on your next exhale, float into a side angle, so your left forearm gently resting on top of this left leg. Reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. So the heart is open, the collarbone is nice and wide, either gazing up at the ceiling, straight ahead, or down at the floor, depending how your neck is feeling. And let's shift into that low lunge. So we'll bring both hands down to the floor, roll onto the ball of this back foot. Maybe drop the back knee. And let's walk our left foot out towards the edge of the mat. And now the hands are on the inside of the foot. Deepest lunge, so feel free to either stay still here, take some gentle movements as you kind of maybe feel a difference from the previous side we just did. Option to drop down to your forearms. If that feels a little too far, yoga block is great. Okay. Let's shift our way up and back to downward facing dog. This will be our last down dog. Soften through the knees, lift those hips up. Maybe it feels a bit different than that first one. And we're going to bring our hands forward, or we're going to bring our feet forward to our hands. So whether you'd like to walk forward or get a nice bend through the knees and jump and lower down. Why don't we actually stay lifted up, and we'll bring the soles of our feet together and just come into this stretch for a moment. Kind of like a seated butterfly. So sit up nice and tall. You can stay just like this, or if you'd like, you can use your elbows, press them against the inner thighs, and begin folding the chest towards the feet. And then lift back up. Bring the hands to the mat behind you. So fingertips are facing the glutes. Keep the knees bent, but bring the feet to the floor. We'll come into a reverse tabletop. So press into the feet, press into the hands, and press the hips up. Either leave the chin tucked towards the chest, or if it feels okay on your neck, you can kind of slowly let the head drop back. And exhale, come on back down. Let's lower ourselves down and lift your feet up towards the ceiling for a waterfall. And a nice kind of modification for this is kind of just sliding yourself up against a wall. So the backs of your legs would be up against the wall, and you would just be kind of fully supported, and kind of really don't have to do much in this pose. But I guess that's sometimes the tricky part, right? Kind of just working on doing less, just allowing yourself to be here and experience. All right, hug the knees into the chest. Spinal twist. So keep the right knee hugged in towards the right shoulder. Extend the left leg out nice and long. Let it rest on the floor. Hug that right knee in. Take a breath in. On the exhale, twist the right knee up and over that left leg and start to roll onto the edge of the left leg. So you're kind of like on your IT band. Maybe the shoulders stay down on the mat. You can gaze up at the ceiling or over towards the right fingertips maybe. Arms can be out to a T. So exhale back towards center. Squeeze both knees in if you'd like. Leave the left knee squeezing into the shoulder. Extend your right leg out nice and long. Breath in. And exhale. Go ahead and guide your left leg up and over. Roll onto the edge of that right leg. And twist. If you're feeling unsteady with this left knee, if it's not in contact with anything or on the floor, placing a pillow or a block underneath the knee and the spinal twist can kind of feel good. All right, exhale, float back towards center. Let's come into a final resting pose just for a moment. So in our final resting pose, this would typically be like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and really allow yourself to kind of drop in. And you're always welcome to extend this, of course. So my feet and ankles are just out towards the edges of the mat. I'm going to rest my hands on my belly, but they can go wherever is comfortable for you. Close the eyes down and allow yourself to fully just kind of soften and melt so the mat is holding you. And taking a couple of nice deep breaths in, noticing how you feel. And yeah, noticing what 45 minutes of mindful movement and breath can do to you. How it can really shift things and hopefully have you feeling great and ready for the day. And from here, wiggle your toes and your fingers. Let your neck maybe rock from side to side, to the right and to the left. And we'll come into a seated position, just like how we started. So however you'd like to get there, maybe keeping the eyes closed or kind of rocking front to back a few times with the hands behind the knees. Maybe you grew an extra inch in our practice, so let's sit up nice and tall. And again, maybe now at the end of class, it's a bit more easy to kind of just soften. Top of the head reaching up towards the ceiling, like there's strings attached to the tops of your ears, and it's pulling you up. So we're sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a big full breath in. Spread the fingertips, reach the arms up nice and high towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together as you exhale. Thumb knuckles towards heart center. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale out. One more time, full breath in. Make it nice and long and slow. And no longer exhale out through the mouth. You all invite in peace, love, and joy. Namaste. Thank you for joining and practicing. Please let me know if you have any questions. The chat box is there, and you can always jump in on the Monday classes that I'm teaching at 6 p.m. on the Workout from Home webpage. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Meg.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Woohoo.